Hi, I just want to talk a little bit more about pain, various different pains that we get diagnosed with, whether it be arthritis or back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, knee pain, whatever it might be. The diagnosis that we get following a scan is going to indicate an abnormality of some sort, maybe. So with back pain, for example, the scan that you get could indicate a bulging disc or a degeneration of discs or something like that. It may come back showing nothing, but yet you're in pain. That's surprising, isn't it? And there could be other things, rotator cuff, carpal tunnel. There could be hip problems, bursitis, I think they call it. So there's lots and lots and lots of different diagnoses that come our way when we're in pain. But we also have other things that could happen. For example, acid reflux, IBS. We could have things like anxiety or depression, headaches, eczema, psoriasis. They're all different diagnoses that we receive, and they're very, very, very common indeed. But 99% of these diagnoses are actually related to an emotional imbalance. Okay? And what happens is, with our emotions, is they start to build within us. Normally with people that are your perfectionists or your people pleasers, or being incredibly self-critical, right? These are the sort of people that are the ones that are diagnosed with these conditions, okay? Now, for me, I think we need to look at this in another angle, another way, okay? Because we're given painkillers, we're given injections, or God forbid, we're given operations. But what we notice is that particular area might improve, but then we notice another area starts playing up or some other symptom starts happening over a period of time. Now, I just want to talk about what happens here with regards to the emotional link. And I want to use an analogy of a toilet, okay? Not the bit you sit on, but the system where the water collects. Now, if you imagine yourself as the person that's putting incredible amounts of pressure on yourself, okay, you're always wanting to be the best for everybody else, you're an absolute perfectionist, and when something doesn't go right, you come down on yourself like a ton of bricks, okay, is that you? Right, okay. So these emotions will build up within you, just like the water in the system will build up. But in our system, there is a mechanism that stops that water when it gets to a certain point, okay? Now, what would happen if that was broken? Well, the water would continue to rise, okay? But luckily, we have an overflow pipe where that water can come out, okay? So you'll see it cascading down the side of your house, for example. But what if that pipe was blocked? Okay, that water would then continue to rise and it would then spill out, okay? And it would, for example, flood your bathroom, come down the ceilings into the rooms below, okay? So it starts to affect other areas of your house. But this is what's happening with our emotions. Our emotions are going up and up and up and up and up, and eventually they will leak out into your body. And that's where we start to get different symptoms. That's where your brain starts to react and let you know that there's a problem. Okay? Now, if you have a diagnosis of any of the conditions that I have mentioned, and they could also include fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, Parkinson's, MS, they can include a whole load of different diagnoses. Have a look at the emotional overload that you were going through before you ever had your first symptom. And your first symptom may not be the diagnosis that you have now. It might have started off with acid reflux. It might have started off with back pain. It might have started off with something else. So have a look back. Okay, go through your journey, your history, see what other symptoms there were. Okay, and what those symptoms have done, they've just ended up being where you are right now. Whether you're in incredible pain that no one seems to be able to get rid of, or you might even have physical changes to your body happening. Okay, so it's important that you realize the emotional connection spilling out into your body, coming out as symptoms, where you go to the medical world and they, with their knowledge, will give you a diagnosis. But the diagnosis often, well, it just gives you a label. What we need to do is understand the cause of these conditions and why you feel the way you feel, and then we can get you away from those feelings, that pain, that eczema, that whatever it is that you're going through. Okay, have a think. It's well worth tracking back through your history and starting to add the pieces of the jigsaw together to create the picture of what's actually going on. It's not necessarily how you feel now. Okay, if you want to know more, give me a shout, neildurranstherapy.com. Just go and type me a message. We can start communication going on. It's good to be able to learn more about why you feel the way you feel. Okay, brilliant. Good. Speak to you soon. Bye.